In the absolute black of night, the owl sees nothing. Yet, it hunts with millimeter precision, striking a hidden target. Its prey is protected by darkness and camouflage. The key to the owl's success is not sight.
The secret lies within its skull. The ears are asymmetrical, offset both vertically and horizontally.
This offset creates a crucial time difference in the sound waves, allowing the owl to instantaneously calculate the vertical position.
The feathered facial disc collects and amplifies sound, funneling the smallest rustle directly toward the offset ear openings. To pinpoint the source, the owl constantly adjusts its head, maximizing the difference in sound intensity and arrival time.
The symmetrical distance between the ears determines the horizontal location. The vertical offset calculates the height.
The brain is finely tuned, capable of registering time differences as small as 30 millionths of a second, a nanosecond scale calculation.
Asymmetry varies by species. The tawny owl's ears are only slightly offset, relying more on vision and stronger sounds.
The stiff, velvety facial feathers act as an acoustic radar dish, greatly improving the signal-to-noise ratio of the faint rustle.
This asymmetrical hearing is nature's perfect sonar, a highly refined, passive targeting system, requiring no external energy. The trait evolved gradually. Early owl fossils show subtle shifts in skull shape, signaling the slow adaptation to nocturnal life.
Asymmetry is useless without silent flight. The serrated edges of the wings break up wind turbulence, muting the sound of approach. The prey never hears the hunter. This silence is an adaptation, preventing the noise of the hunt from masking the sound of the prey.
They are tuned to high-frequency sounds, the scratching and squeaking of small mammals, and filter out the low-frequency background noise.
Even the smallest owls are acoustic hunters, proving that size is secondary to the incredible precision of the asymmetrical ear system.
Unlike humans, whose symmetrical ears struggle to pinpoint height, the owl's offset ears map the vertical axis effortlessly. Their gigantic eyes gather every photon, but for the final strike in the deepest shadow, sight fails, and hearing takes over.
The auditory nerve system is optimized for extreme sensitivity, detecting sound intensities far below the human threshold. In silence and stillness, the acoustic hunt begins. The slightest twitch of a whisker is a thunderclap to the owl.
The facial structure creates an intensity difference, giving the brain an added layer of information to precisely locate the elevation.
Not all owls rely equally on this trick. Larger species with powerful vision often feature less extreme asymmetry in their skulls.
No other bird or reptile possesses this specialized head structure. It is a defining evolutionary leap for the nocturnal hunter.
The incredible neck mobility aligns the auditory sensors perfectly, compensating for the lack of eye movement. Background noise is irrelevant. The owl's brain is designed to lock onto the unique sonic signature of its prey, ignoring distractions.
Laboratory experiments prove the precision. In pitch black, the strike error rate is less than 1 degree of auditory angle.
From the sound cue to the final strike, the process is instantaneous, a ballistic trajectory pre-calculated by the auditory brainstem.
The earliest known owls were likely more diurnal, relying more on sight before the asymmetrical feature developed for night hunting. The external skin folds, hidden beneath the feathers, can be subtly manipulated to further fine-tune the acoustic input.
The barn owl's habitat, dark, mouse-infested structures, was the perfect evolutionary crucible for acoustic specialization. The feathery surface of the owl absorbs residual sound, ensuring the only information being processed is the sound of the prey itself.
Genus Tyto, the barn owls, are the ultimate acoustic specialists, taking the asymmetry to its most extreme and effective form. Incredible neck mobility is a necessity, a living, rotating directional microphone to sweep the sonic landscape.
The final weapon is sheer force. The precision strike is backed by talons designed to crush bone through thick grass and soil.
The signal-to-noise ratio is constantly challenged, yet the owl's nervous system cuts through the clutter with ease.
The auditory specialization secured their niche, giving them an undisputed competitive advantage over diurnal raptors. The inner ear is physically protected and acoustically isolated within specialized bone capsules, ensuring maximum signal clarity.
The asymmetrical ear is the evolutionary answer to two simultaneous pressures: hunt in the dark and target tiny, elusive prey.
Moment of movement, the single rustle of grass, is the signal the owl has spent its entire life preparing to intercept.
This specialized hunter can consume up to 1,000 mice per year, a critical regulator of rodent populations.
The two separate inputs create a single, three-dimensional auditory picture, calculating the range, direction, and elevation simultaneously.
Subtle muscular control of the facial disc allows the owl to focus the sound funnel, like adjusting a telescope on a distant star. The difference between the owl and other birds is anatomical and fundamental. One hunts by sound, the others by sight. The mission complete. The silence is restored, ready for the next infinitesimal sound to begin the hunt anew.
Man relies on technology to see in the dark. The owl relies on a perfect evolutionary adaptation to hear what cannot be seen. The auditory map is learned. Young owls spend weeks practicing the head tilts, calibrating their asymmetric ears to their brains.
The final moment of impact is brutal. The third eyelid protects the precious, light-sensitive eyes from dirt and debris.
As the prey adapted to the darkness for safety, the owl was forced to evolve the tool to follow them into the night.
Sound serves two masters: the precise detection of prey and the communication and defense of territory among rivals.
They are the silent sovereigns of the dark, their power residing not in brute strength, but in the anatomical genius of their skull. The hunt is conducted without visual confirmation, a dive of pure acoustic faith, based on milliseconds of data.
The asymmetry amplifies the dataset, doubling the information needed to create the flawless, three-dimensional target map.
For the mouse, the shadow is silence. For the owl, the silence is the perfect camouflage for its deadly hearing. Today, man-made noise pollution challenges this perfect evolution, disrupting the delicate acoustic balance of the night hunt. It is bioengineering perfected over millions of years. The skull as a sensor, the feathers as an amplifier. Every millimeter of rotation, every microsecond of sound delay is factored into the final, fatal calculation.
The scale of asymmetry is the measure of their reliance on sound, adapting to their specific prey and environment.
The silent flight and asymmetric ear, two evolutionary gifts that crown the owl as the undisputed master hunter of the dark.
It is the sound of life, instantaneously converted into a death sentence by the most specialized ears in the animal kingdom.
The hunt is silent. The adaptation is loud. The reign of the night hunter continues.